What is going on, guys? This is Versus All Gaming with my review of Magi, the Kingdom of Magic, episode 23. And this episode, it was just so freaking epic because we had so much action going on. So the episode, it starts with everybody seeing this black figure is now falling from the sky. And of course, Aladdin, he knows what this is right away, so he tries to get Kohen to pull back his troops because of course he knows that if the war continues to go on, then everybody's going to die. But we have, Kohen's, household members, they were just saying that, they should ignore Aladdin and continue on with what they're doing. But Aladdin was saying that, if they're not going to listen to him, then they have to listen to these guys. And we see his Magi powers at work as he actually brings out the Djinns that are in, they're the meta vessels. So we see Kohen's 3 meta vessels, we see Koha's 1 as well, and of course we have Alibaba. And now we have them saying that, that they were listening to Aladdin, and they actually call him, the incarnation of Solomon. And so right when they were talking, of course, they were saying some words that like definitely spark Kohen's interest. But the main gist of this is that, they have to stop this, or otherwise this right here will be another Al-Thamen. And we have, Amon here who was saying what happened to that world. And this black figure here, I believe it's called Eola. And we learned that like not only does it take the white for you for anything that it touches, but it actually also takes the sound of the world that of the world that it invades. So clearly, it takes every single thing possible, like even the sound. And this thing right here is just frightening. And so right now we have Koha's Djinn, Laverjay. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but she actually mentions Al-Thamen first. And we have one of Kohen's Djinns, and he was saying that, that word is a taboo, and the people of this world, they should not know about that world. And we have Kohen here who definitely does his research, and he already knew something about the history of the other world, but he didn't know everything. So clearly, right now Aladdin knows everything, and we see Kohen here. He actually gets so angry that he actually, intimidates Aladdin by like taking hold of him and tries to get him to like spill the beans. And we have all these Djinns, trying to calm him down because clearly, he's a Magi, so he should be a respected person. But Kohen just did not care at all. And so even though, the secrets of the other world, they should be kept a secret, Aladdin here actually wants to make a deal with Kohen. If he actually, helps them, destroy that medium so that it can reach out to the black spot in the sky, then he'll tell him everything. And of course, we have all these Djinns who was definitely like worried about that, but Kohen definitely was gonna take this offer. And so now we see that he actually used his Ryuk because it's one of their military secrets, and he actually calls out the name of his siblings. And we see now that in that Ryuk, it like transfers to everybody, and it was just awesome the way that he does it, because he just screams out and his Ryuk just shoots off into the distance. And so we see now that even though, well, the Kohen is definitely an advanced army or empire because they are clearly taking over the world. And so this like tactic here that they use to like relay messages is definitely interesting. I gotta say that. And so now we see that his Ryuk is now traveling all over the world, and he actually, and his siblings did agree to come to him, and the only one that we didn't see was Hakure, and that right there was disappointing. But I am glad that his other siblings are gonna come because some of them we had not really seen fight. And so now we see all of them go into their Djinn equips, and it was definitely awesome the way that that Kohen looked. His look definitely looked badass. I gotta say, that little blue or white dragon, because for some reason they call that, a white flame. Even though I'm pretty sure the color of that was light blue, but it's called a white flame. And we see that, he had this like white flame dragon coming out of his body. But now they're all heading to Magnostadt because clearly, they have to go there to destroy the medium. And we see that this medium is actually, going on the offensive here, and it's just like raining down black Djinns like it's nothing. And we see now that they're all storming Magnostadt, and they're actually destroying the place. And it was definitely, a bit heartbreaking to see all these people dying at the hand of these Djinns, because some of them we see getting crushed, we see this debris falling on them. Like at one point we had saw, like this debris fall on like this family. We saw this guy. He was by his wife and kid who were like buried under this debris, and we see now that right when a black Djinn we're gonna crush them all, we have the Magi of the Liam Empire. She actually came in there and she actually like blocked them off, and so they actually managed to actually break through her Borg, and we see now that she actually very pissed off because she was saying that the only reason why they got this big, it was because they had stole Tita's Magi, and now she was saying, give back my son. And this is the first time we ever seen like a real emotion come out of her, because she is clearly pissed off. And now that the black Djinn had managed to break through her Borg, we see now that he impelled her. But luckily we have Aladdin and Alibaba come to our rescue. And so now there was just way too many Djinns, for them to really deal with. And to make things worse, Alibaba here was definitely at a disadvantage because he could not use his full power for all these people there. Because even though he could take out all these black Djinns, they just would have been collateral damage because they would have died thanks to his fire. But now we see like this great wind kind of like wraps around them and pulls them all out. And it was actually Hakuei and Paimon. And so now we see her in a Dojin equipped, and I forgot the other one name. I'm trying to think of it because I'm pretty sure like everybody knows what I'm talking about because this character has definitely been important in the series for a while now, and I'm really trying to think about what her name is because I know she's important and I really don't want to forget it. And even though her Koyogu, is that how you say it? Koyoku. Not sure if I'm saying that right, but I'm pretty sure he got to know what I'm talking about. We see her and Hakuei, and they're already in their Dojin equips, and they easily take out these black Djinns. And seeing the way that all of these Ren siblings look in Dojin equipped, it was definitely pretty awesome. And so now we have them all taking on these black Djinns, and I gotta say, Kohen, not sure if I'm saying his name right, but his power, it actually reminds me of that visor from Bleach. Like it's rather the big guy with like the pink hair. Pretty sure if you got a Bleach fan, you know what I'm talking about. But him and the power are definitely very similar, and I actually like his. Even though he said that his Djinn equip is not used for fighting, he definitely makes it work. And I gotta say that was definitely pretty cool. But now we see that the medium is actually a living being, because when they actually went to go attack it, or when Alibaba went to go attack it, it actually put up a Borg. So this medium is actually a living being, because it was just like something mindless or not a being, then there is no way that it can make these black Djinns or put up a Borg. So that right there is very important to note. And so now we have Koha here, who is asking Alibaba, asking Aladdin, how many would it take for them to finally bring this down? Because clearly, by it making all of these black Djinns, it is wasting its Magi. So if they could wait till that time come and they couldn't make a Borg anymore, that's when they like finally take it out. And so we see now that Aladdin was saying, Aladdin was saying that it would probably take about 10,000 for it to finally waste its Magi. And Koha and Koyoku, they were just like freaking out because they were saying that there was no way that could be possible, because they'll clearly run out of Magi before that could happen. And that right there, just cracked me up. And now we see that that Kohen here, he actually, is like the star, I guess you could say, in the episode, because he was taking out black Djinns like it was nothing. We see that in one quick attack, he took about 5 or 6, but already he was like out of Magi. And well, not out of Magi, like they thought he was out of Magi because he had switched, switched back into his normal form. But we see now that he was like changing into his other Dojin, his other Djinn, which I believe it was called the Prince of the Earth. Now I forgot his name exactly, but it kind of had like a similar form to that of a Sinbad Zephyr. And we see now that he was able to make this like giant pillar of earth come out from the ground, and he actually made this volcano. And that right there was like pretty epic. I gotta say that right there was definitely epic. but he actually used this to like refill his Magoi into his original equip form. And we see now with that he was able to like take out a lot more Djinns. It was just like in a straight line. He took out so many. And we see that like with the volcano, he could just replenish his Magoi that way. But Aladdin was saying that he must be in so much pain doing that, because it's like he's dying like every time he does that, it's like he's dying. So his body right now must be in agony. But his brother Kohen, he was saying that he did not really care about that. He was just so freaking excited because, well, Kohen here was like so freaking excited because he was actually gonna learn the history that he's been craving for all this time. And so now at one point we have all of these black Djinns around him, and we see now that even he needs help. So he actually took Alibaba to the volcano so that his Magoi can also be replenished. And it was just hilarious because Hakuei, she was trying to make him not seem so bad by like putting his words in the nicest way possible. But of course Aladdin here wasn't buying it because he knew the truth. But now we see that when both of their Magoi are replenished, they actually use their extreme magic at the same time. And I'm not gonna lie, like Kohen, like even though it seems very simple, it's like a white dragon, I gotta say Aladdin's extreme, I mean Alibaba's extreme magic, it's pretty badass. That I definitely gotta say. But Kohen here, his extreme magic, it made like this white dragon, which I don't know why it's white. It should be called blue, but he made this like white flame dragon, and it has surrounded the medium. And Alibaba's extreme magic, it made like this flame horseman, which actually looks pretty cool. And we see that when he hit the medium, he actually couldn't really break through it. But after they had combined the magic, where his swordsman actually had the flame around his sword, they finally destroyed the medium. So now it seems that it's all over. But things like this like seem way too good to be true. But it was just epic the way that they worked together, because normally they would definitely be considered enemies, but now they're working together and they actually accomplished something very important. But as always, please do not forget to like the video and subscribe. I would love to hear what you thought about this episode, because to me it was just so freaking epic. I give this episode like an A+, because to me it was that freaking good. We saw so much action and we saw some great teamwork, and Kohen and Alibaba, they definitely shine at the end. But as always, you guys take it easy, and I will see you all next time.